Hey everybody, hello. So I am in the kitchen today because our sweet neighbors brought us over a bunch of fresh corn from Illinois. And we tasted one last night. This is the sweetest, probably the best corn we've ever had. So I have got, I think, 10 things of corn over here. I'm going to shuck them and I'm going to prep them and get them ready for the freezer. We're going to have a couple tonight because we just have to, and get the rest ready for the freezer. Let me tell you what, this corn is so sweet. Look how pretty that corn is. Do you like corn on the cob? So I've got my trash can sitting here, and I am going. Here's my trash can, and I'm gonna get to shucking. So come and shuck corn with me.
I'm still looking forward to watching part 2 of Deathly Hallows with you.
Alright, so I got that done. It's a messy job, but I tell you, it's so worth it because this corn is amazing. So, does anybody have any tricks on how a super easy way to get those off other than just washing them? That's all I know. Anyway, if you have a trick on how to get that off nice and clean, share. It's like a hard-boiled egg, right? It'll peel right for you sometimes, then some other times it don't peel right, and your method doesn't always work for them. It just is what it is. Anyway, so I've got all my corn washed and got my floor swept up, and I've got boiling water on my stove here, and in my little bucket right here I've got some cold water. And last night before I went to bed I made a big block of ice, and I'm going to attempt to, oh, it's popping right out of this bowl, and so we'll let this get nice and cold. And then we gotta let it dry. Let the corn dry before we freeze it. But anyway, let's blend some corn. I'm gonna do it in batches. And I am using tilt that, sorry. I am using our Dutch oven here. And I did put some salt in here. I went ahead and grabbed my pasta tongs. Because I'm using the non-stick. Otherwise I would use another tong. So let me get started. I'll start with just a couple at a time. Look how pretty these are. Oh my gosh. Now I don't want to overcrowd these. They're kind of big actually. I should have just cut the tips off already. But anyway, I'm going to blanch some corn.
I'm still looking forward to watching part 2 of Deathly Hallows with you.
Okay, so I have it all blanched, and I have it now sitting in my bucket here with a big old block of ice, which by the way is melting nicely. This worked out really good. If you know ahead of time that you're going to do this, make me a great big block of ice, stick it in the freezer. So anyway, that's what I did. So I went ahead and cut the tips off of the corn, okay? There was only one really that the tip kind of was questionable, but it was totally fine, totally fine. So I decided after I threw the first 2 or 3 away, why aren't I keeping these tips? Because these tips, the corn is so good and there's so much flavor in this. So next time I'm making a broth, I'm gonna pull these out, or a soup. I'm gonna pull these out and I'm gonna put these in my, whatever it is I'm making, and then I'll discard it. You know, I wanna get the flavor out of it. I don't want to waste all this, so it tastes so good. Let me tell you, this spring corn or summer corn, this is the best probably I've had in a very long time, if not ever. Anyway, so I'm gonna let this do its thing. I'm gonna take it out and set it on my towel here for it to dry, and I'll be right back.
But I don't wanna cry. 'Cause all we ever do is laugh it off, and I'm sick and I don't know why. Do you remember that night we met?
Okay, so I got everything
You look so fine.
mostly cleaned up. I washed my pot. Now, whenever you're using one of these knives, these, just know that these with the wooden handles are really they're top-notch knives. They do not go in the dishwasher, okay? Wash it, dry it, put it away right away. I wash it and then I let it set out, and I keep them in a drawer, put the sleeve on, or sleeve, whatever this is called, put this on it. And I just kind of let it air out just a little while. I want to make sure it's absolutely dry, no moisture left at all. So I'm going to, after the corn dries, then I'm going to wrap them up individually and then put them in a Ziploc and put them in the freezer. So I got 2 of the Ziploc bags with 4 ears of corn in each one, and 2 in the refrigerator for us to have for dinner tonight because it's so good. All right, thanks for hanging out with me today, and let me know, do you do this with your corn?
I don't care.
If so, how do you do it?
much at all.
Bye for now, guys.
Here in this small town. 'Cause in the end we're all buried deep inside the same